There is a very old and common saying that goes, nice guys finish last. And it's mostly used in dating and romantic terms or situations, right? But now that I'm in my early 40s, I have learned that the phrase, nice guys finish last, actually affects your entire life, not just dating. It affects work life. It affects fun. It affects vacations. It affects all kinds of things. Now, I'm not one to sit up and say, hey, be a dick. But I think one of the things that I have learned, especially in the last year, is the nicer I am to people, the more I prioritize other people and try to be nice, the further behind I get in my life. The more I don't experience things, the more I don't get ahead. A lot of times it feels like I take 2 steps forward and 10 steps backwards because I give people a ride. I go out and deliver something. I go pick up something. I'm always the guy that says, yes, I will help you out. And I set aside what I should be doing to further and better my life to help somebody out. And so the phrase, nice guys finish last, is extremely true of all aspects of a man's life. Doesn't matter if you're 5 years old or 500 years old. And some of the things that I'm learning to do is prioritize myself. Now that sounds selfish, but it's just time. I mean, starting May 1st, 2025, I'm only going to focus on myself. When somebody asks me for something and it's not convenient for me, or I have to move something out of the way to do it, I'm not going to do it. We're all grown adults. Figure it out for yourself. And the reason why is because a lot of times when a nice person does something nice for someone or goes out of their way to give their shirt off their back or rescue from certain doom, it's not reciprocal. Okay, I'll give you a great example of this, okay? So I did something very nice for someone. Very nice. I went out of my way to do it, okay? And we were supposed to actually go and watch a movie. And it's not like a date or anything because it's another guy, okay? But just an example is I show up to the movie theater and my friend that was supposed to go there with me isn't there. Call them, don't answer the phone. Text them, they don't answer. This is a friend, a good friend. Well, happens to be he met a chick at a bar, turned on his phone on silent, and just decided, hey, you know what? Even though he did something nice for me, I'm going to prioritize myself. Hey, you know what? I can't blame him. That's his life. That's his priority. I'm not mad at him. It's just an example. Okay. So I think the reality is as men, we have to learn to prioritize ourselves. We prioritize too much about sex and women and trying to satisfy some need to get married or have a relationship or things of that nature. When in reality, we should be working on ourselves and doing only what we want to do. And if we're not doing anything but sitting around watching Netflix and somebody calls and they run out of gas, of course I'm going to go help them, right? But if I'm in the middle of a workout at a gym and somebody calls me and says, hey, come rescue me, hey, I'll be there in a few hours. If you can't wait, call a tow truck. And it's not to be a dick. It's not to be a jerk. It's because that's me time. That's my time, my self-care to try to get into shape, lose weight. It's just one of those things that we have to do as men. And when we sit there and we become this nice guy, we actually look like idiots. Now, I'm not saying go be a dick. I'm saying be polite, but don't prioritize anybody in your life but yourself and your children. everybody else are adults. Everybody else is grown. They can go fend for themselves. Children can't. And so, when we're in shape and we're happy, there's a better chance of us actually having a really good relationship with our spouse, with our significant other, with our friends, with our coworkers. When we're happy, it shows on our face and people want to be around us. And the only way we can be happy is we prioritize ourselves, prioritize our health, prioritize our needs and wants before other adults. If heaven forbid, and this is what I was telling a friend of mine yesterday, heaven forbid that I happen to not exist on this world anymore. How are you going to go get your gas? How are you going to get gas for your car because you ran out because you forgot to go to the gas station? How are if you blew a tire out and you don't know how to change a tire and I'm no longer in this world, who are you going to call? You're going to call a tow truck, or you're going to learn to change the tire yourself. So I think we have to stop being the nice guy. I think we need to be polite. I think we need to be good to other people. But I believe we need to prioritize ourselves. And if we have children, prioritize our children. And everyone else, and I know this is going to sound crappy at me, but everybody else can go to hell until I have time to do something. It's hard. Nothing is reciprocal anymore. It used to be when you were a man and you went to work and you worked your shift and you busted your ass and you came home, right? It's just kind of one of those things where you came home and everything was reciprocal. Nowadays, because it takes 2 incomes, sometimes 3 incomes, there's no reciprocation of anything. So we have to find our own happiness. We can't go find happiness in someone else. We have to find happiness within us. Right? So that's all I have to say today.